That's fantastic. 58 people in a club, and you get them all to turn up as well. When you have club digs, is there a limit to how many people actually can attend, or is it as many as? I've been playing around off screen, and for those who are now listening on Spreaker, who are now listening to the podcast, I don't know what went wrong. It kept disconnecting constantly, so I think the show was actually coming in brief waves. But we are here now. I've got it back up and running. I'm looking at it now. It's not kicking us out. So again, apologies for that not working earlier, and that should be all right now. Was definitely one of them. In fact, it's been one of them weeks, to be honest. Got a good thing from my behalf. I actually got a new laptop this week. My laptop died about a couple of months before Christmas, so I've got a new laptop. So I'm actually able to sit at night when I can't move because I'm tired and do stuff in the settee instead of having to come into the studio. Yeah, I think we can all of us who are listening, all of us metal detectorists can all attest to that. There's always, I find it, I'm outspoken, I'm in your face, I'm a bit brash at times. I'm actually nice, but it's that's all the other part. But I get very anxious going to speak to farmers because you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what answer you're going to get. You don't know if it'll be get off my land. It's somebody's private life that you're entering, and it's one of them things that I'm not altogether feels good with me going to ask for permission, which is probably why I haven't got a million permissions. Yeah. I hear you. Tony K would actually done a video not so long ago, and we were discussing things about how to get a permission, and it is difficult. It's very, very difficult. We've all been there, and we can all say that. But that doesn't mean you should go doing it illegally. For those who may be listening, who may do daft things like that, just if you can't do it, go on a dig, go on an organised rally somewhere. You'll get the opportunity, and there's always beaches. I know there's certain protected areas, but there's always beaches you can go on anyway. So just think on. So you mentioned that you're a tester for Treasure Hunting magazine. How did that come about? And and when you mentioned about being in the Rootus expert team, Tony Kaywood developed an app where you can go in, in the field and look, and there's a lot of. I've mentioned it before, Team Rootus, and I'll just read out Team Rootus's names. You've got Yvonne London Merchant, Luke Higgins, Niall Bailey, Tony Kaywood, yourself, Adrian, and recently Stephen Gray, Mr. Anglo-Celtic himself, are on board in the team. And obviously all of you are there on rallies with your T-shirts on that people can discuss the product with and you can show them. But yours and Tony's and Yvonne, all your settings are actually on the app. And I've worked on them, and I'll be honest, I've had more success with Tony's, but I've used Tony's settings more because they're generally the ones that I've got used to. But as I actually messaged you and said I'd had success with your settings, so they definitely work, and you must be having a lot of success yourself with it. Mm-hmm. Now, we've actually got some images of the ring that Luke can bring up. Your ring, your gold medieval ring. So I'm hoping Luke will be able to bring them up for viewers to see in a moment, and then we can obviously, describe it to the listeners who are on Spreaker. Now it's working, and it is a beautiful piece as well. Absolutely beautiful. Mm. Wow. And Luke's just scrolling through your images to get to the ring. There's the ring itself. Can you describe it for listeners, please, Adrian? Save me doing it poorly. Mm. Yeah, it is. Mm. It is. Luke, can we scroll through the video, the images, so we can have a look what other things are out and about on there? I noticed earlier, one of the first pictures we actually saw, some Rutus finds, all on the screen of the Rutus, buttons, buckles, bullets, etc. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, some stunning pieces in there. And you're in an area as well that's steeped in history, and you've got a lot of people walking around, running around, horsing around, etc. And carts. It's you've got so much history and potential for people to lose things, as we have everywhere. But in oh, absolutely, I walked past it. What you need to do is give him Tony Kaywood settings, and then let's go for it, man on man. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, yeah, some stunning bits you've got there. Let's be honest. Do you have a YouTube channel? Mm. Have you got a 1963 Morris Marina? God, I used to have an Allegro. Yeah. Do you know do you know what I forgot to do tonight? I do it every time, and I forgot to do it. I haven't actually shared the video chat out. Always share the video chat. Yeah, we've got fly tipping issues up in Cheshire. You totally understand where you're coming from there. It's an absolute nightmare. I think Luke actually shared some images on the Archaeology and Metal Detecting Magazine Facebook page the other night of the state of what it is. I actually saw another one which was local, where the person who tipped their flies had actually left letters in it, so they were actually traced straight away, which was, bemusing. Why would you do that, idiots? Yeah. That's no car. That's a dream vehicle for metal detecting. In fact, I think the one that's bypassed you on vehicles that I want is John Webb, who's in the chat room. He's sent me some pictures of his new vehicle today, which I'm exceptionally jealous of. Volkswagen Transporter. Yeah, that's my hit list as well. Absolutely. And talking about detectable, we actually met ourselves for the first time face to face at last year's detectable. We did, and you actually gave us a massive tip, which may be helping us in the coming weeks. You give us a website link, which we are hoping to work with. There it is. There it is. Are you going to Spring Detectable and Detectable this year? Mm. Marvellous. Can you tell me what that was called again? The video paused, and I didn't hear what that was called. Sorry. Ah. Mm. which we've actually got a picture of. It's on the pictures you've sent, yeah. It's personal. Yeah, and you were obviously valuable to a lot of people at Detectable, yourself and the rest of the team, where you met Viola and Arik as well. You spent time with them, and obviously they'll be over this time. And there's the picture of your RAF badge. Mm. Things. I've heard of the Kimbo thing, but I can't put my finger on what I've seen. But I definitely recognise the name because Kimbo Slice, I think, was a wrestler stroke UFC, and it just springs that to mind. I'm just checking an artifact, a little bit of a buckle that's just dropped on the floor, so we'll find that later. I was just thinking when we're talking about cleaning or what have you, Graham Dempsey of what's it called? Pressure It Wax and the pencils, the graphite type pencils. He sent me the pencils this week, and I've played with one of my buckles, just something that was close at the time because I've not had opportunity, and it really did clean up very well. So we're going to be speaking to Graham in a couple of weeks, hopefully, about that anyway. But yeah, just as you mentioned cleaning, obviously that came to mind. Excuse me. So, what other machines have you actually owned? Really? I don't think anyone could beat his shirts, hands down. Is is that your detectorist porn pose? Talking of, Tony Kaywood made a comment the other week to ask you about something. Uh, what was that? Remind me. Something poseur or poser. Something that Tony Kaywood put on the thingies. which is actually the one we used to promote the show this week. Mm. Mm. Steve Pettigan asks if you could detect anywhere in the UK, where would it be? All right, good call. We actually used to have a detectorist from the Isle of Wight, and I can't remember his name, but and he hasn't made any for years. But he was making some fantastic videos himself from the Isle of Wight. Don might have been Don something IOW, but yeah, there's one I know of. And another place I think you'd enjoy in that case then is Anglesey with its fantastic beaches, its history. I mean, there's even one of the beaches there that I think it's been metal detected to death, but there's a ship that ran ashore called the Royal Charter way back when. I can't remember when at the top of my head. Obviously went over, lots of people were killed. It's understood that there was people actually drowning because they refused to let go of the gold that was in the pockets, and it was a gold-laden ship, and there's still people bringing up gold there today, as far as I know. Obviously, a lot of it's now, yeah, we're not telling anybody, but there's a hell of a lot of reported gold because it was, as I say, heavily laden. And that's at near between Ligway Beach and Mulfra Beach, but it's a fantastic location, Anglesey. I mean, I've done a lot myself there when I was doing some surveys for CADU, which is the Welsh main organisation for archaeology. I think you'd enjoy that, and I know for a fact John Webb's been over there with a few people as well over in Holyhead. I'll send you some bits and bobs, or I'll tag you in one of my albums of things from Anglesey. There's so much. There's there's Hook Group, the Iron Age Hook Groups. There's over at the Bolford Way. There's Dinligwy, Iron Age Village. There's multiple burial chambers and such like. I've actually got a book on Anglesey. I'm just looking for it now, but I've been all through Anglesey with this book as a guide, and there's so much there that there's things that's missed in the book. Where is it? Bryn Kelly Do, which is a Neolithic burial chamber. They're actually still doing a lot of archaeology there every summer, and they look for volunteers as well. So you got to keep that in mind. And anybody else interested, obviously look that up. Mm. Certainly would. So on to the Vanquish. You said you've been field testing that of late. Mine Lab, obviously, they came to they sponsored last year's Detectable, and their big reveal was the Vanquish. If you turn that over, then it actually looked like Starship Enterprise. Turn it the other way up. Other way, turn it over. Starship Enterprise. Or a Klingon battle cruiser. Ditto, yeah. Mm. Well, I've got a few, obviously. It's you say it's a beginner's machine. Why is that? Obviously, let's say, for instance, the Simplex coming in at what 299 versus the Vanquish at around 450. I'd say something like that. Right, right. Sorry.
And you probably the most complicated thing on it is putting in your own personal settings. That's about it, which is two button pushes.